All right, Deandra. So we're going to take the 2 bolts off there, which you have already conquered, I understand. Yes, these are already loose. Okay. I'm going to take this one here off. Okay, so that's 3. What am I freaking taking a picture of? There we go. So we got 1, and then those 2 down there. And then your chain tensioner. We're going to loosen it several turns. We're going to pull up on the chain. All right, so I got all kinds of slack on my chain. Then we're going to slide this cover off. I put it up on its side like that. Then I work this off the tip. Oh, first I got to take this and shove it all the way back in there. Make sure it's all the way in. By lifting up on this, created a little slack for me too. Kind of hard to do this in with and hold a camera. Okay, so we got that off. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off. Remember how it goes on. Okay, this is already all the way in. I'm gonna pull it out. I had to lift it. All right, so that's out. I had to lift it up over this. This is your chain, what adjusts your chain to tighten it. When you turn this screw, it moves this in and out, and that's how it tightens your chain, okay? Like I said, if you look down in there, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but where this chain goes, you can see the little round slots in there. And this chain needs to be on there. If it's not, grab your chain like this, right? And you can kind of go back, slide it back, push it that way. Slide it back and just lift it until you get it on there. You move it around. Once you get it on there, okay, once it's on there, you're gonna spread your chain out a little like this. Let's see if okay, like this, spread it out. Okay, see how that is? We're gonna take this at an angle like this, set it in there. Okay, and then I'm going to lift it up so it goes over that adjuster. That adjuster should be way back, but just to make sure it's sitting up over it. It's back as far as it can go. And then I'm going to take the chain and I'm going to put it in this top rail. See how it's I'm putting the chain in here. Okay, go down the top. On the top to the end. Just work it in and around that tip. Okay. So I got around the tip and down the top is in. Then I'm just going to grab the tip and I'm just going to slightly pull on it while lifting it up. Okay, and all I'm doing is taking a little of the slack out. And then I'll start putting this in. Okay. Sorry, not a very good videographer. Okay, so I got it in some more, and I'll grab this tip and pull it back and up a little again. And I'm just trying to take the rest of that slack out. And right now the chain is hitting right here because it's not in. So I'm just gonna pull that out. And stick this in. Okay, I'm gonna have to set this down, but what I'm doing is getting this chain back in the slot, so hold on. There we go. Okay, the little tightener piece that is sitting right in there, I had to get the screwdriver and slightly push this down to get it in the center, because you know it can be a little misaligned and not going. But now you can see the chain is in on the top and bottom. It's somewhat tight, right? And then double check back here in the back and make sure that that chain is still around that little tooth in the back. Okay, then I'll put this back on. Okay, and then I'll set this back on. Now, if you have any resistance putting this on, like it doesn't want to go, let's see, get it over the holes here. There we go. Okay. You got to get all three of those lined up at once. There we go. Got that in. Got that in. Okay. See right now, you see what happened with the chain where I push down? It lifts it up because there's some play in there. What I like to do is go ahead and start my all my nuts, get them on there. Easier said than done. Sometimes it's easier just to grab this and spin them on by hand. Don't want to use the ratchet because they, you don't want to cross thread them. So try to start them by hand, but if you have a hard time getting them started, there we go, which I managed to do it. Okay, then I grab this by hand, just my socket, put it on there, twist by hand, I just want to lightly tighten these up. Okay, then one more up here. We'll do the same thing up here. Okay. Check, these, I just want it so there's not too much play. Okay, so I got the 3 nuts back on. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this by the handle, probably with 2 hands, because see what happened to my chain? But that's okay. When I lay it down, that chain should be centered still. And here's what I can do, okay? And just grab the tip here and slightly pull, maybe wiggle it a little, all right? Give this a couple more turns. My hand. Okay. So we have the slack in the chain, which is okay. We're gonna go over here to this screw. Now I got things somewhat tight. They're not tight. They're just kind of hand, done. And I'm gonna start screwing this clockwise, which is to the right. And you're calling, so I'm going to stop it. But when I tighten this, the chain's going to start getting a little tighter. Let's see.